Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie vlog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And today, seriously, oh my god, like what in the hell are you doing, Disney? There are so many things to talk about, and basically I can see this being nothing more than possibly the beginning of the end of Disney. Oh my gosh, why are you being so hyperbolic with that? Why are you just being so crazy with this? Disney is too big to fail. Oh, where have I heard that before? But no, in all seriousness, I think that Disney is getting to the point now where they are taking all of these projects and showing not only do they have no creativity left to the point where they're having to reboot every single one of their classic cartoons, which already in the first place were based off of previous material. That to me tells me all that I need to know about just how much confidence Disney has in original content. The fact that they have to reboot movies that were in and of themselves already reboots and retellings of previously established stories is just like, and not only do we have that, but we have some of the worst movies that have been made. I liked Cinderella. I love live action Cinderella. My first date with my wife, we went to go see live action Cinderella, and it was fine. It was great. It still wasn't necessary. I still would not say that it was necessary that they do that, but hey, it works. The Cinderella story works in a live action format. Then they made The Jungle Book, which, even though it's called live action, really is just a CGI fest with one real life boy. And so it's really hardly a live action remake, but even that one, okay. Jon Favreau, you did a great job with it. Overall, I enjoyed it. Then we get Beauty and the Beast, which was just total hot garbage. One of the worst films I've ever seen. The CGI was awful. The music, seriously, they chose a few people that just did not know how to sing. They changed certain characters to fit a more woke agenda. Well, to say LeFou is gay is not totally off base when you look at the original cartoon. No, he was never gay. Never. At any point. Oh, but, you know, I like the gay subtext. Of course you do. Because you're a part of this SJW mindset politics where it's like, oh, instead of creating new characters, instead of creating new people, what we're going to do is we're going to take old established characters and then turn everything around, and that's what we're going to do. Instead of creating new content with new characters, with new stories and new heroes, we're just going to twist and turn everything that we've previously established, and we're going to put it through the eyes and the lens of the SJW identity politics driven machine that Disney has really become at this point. So what are some things that Disney is doing wrong right now, which really, I think, is leading to the eventual demise? Because guess what? Yeah, you might be making all the SJWs happy in many of these situations, but overall, most people are going to be turned off by this. The first story to talk about, luckily doesn't have too much to do with identity politics, though of course I think that the whole question of why are you remaking Aladdin in the first place was some of the worst CGI landscaping I have ever seen in my life. Like seriously, just even look at this image. Abu is clearly fake here, and not only that, but look at that background. That is one of the fakest backgrounds I've ever seen in my life, and you'll see, and the only reason why I'm on BuzzFeed is because they actually have some GIFs going of all the various scenes, so it's not just images, but it's the actual movement of the pictures themselves, and it looks awful. It looks so bad. Even this person gets it, says, we just got our first look at Aladdin and it's a nostalgic punch to the face. Meaning it's not good. Meaning it's one of those cringeworthiest things you've ever seen in your entire life. So first, CGI fest. Then this thing, Jafar, Marwan Kenzari. Oh, he has the right name and he's the right ethnicity though. That's what really matters. Like basically what they've told us is the only thing that matters is that everything is authentic. That all the actors and actresses, they're actually going to fit the race of the characters as they were in the original cartoons. And that's what the most important thing is. Not, is this person going to be menacing? Like seriously, he says, bring me the lamp. Bring me the lamp. I'm like, am I supposed to be terrified of this guy? Like, look at him. Jafar is not menacing. He is not scary. And then his voice is like, oh, I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing? Oh, he's the right race though, and we didn't do that right. Oh, okay. Yeah, you might make certain people happy saying, "Oh, look, yes, representation." But representation does not sell tickets. Good movies, good stories, pre-established characters, they sell tickets. Not reboots whose only claim to fame is, "Oh, well, at least it's woke. At least we've got the cast right this time, right?" No, you're wrong. And Jafar is one of the worst parts of it. Like seriously, we're not even getting to the thing that everyone's talking about today when it comes to Aladdin, but in my opinion, the worst part of this trailer is not Will Smith's Genie. It is the fact that Jafar is one of the weakest boys I've ever seen in my life. And that's right, he's a boy. He is a weak child. He is not a menacing person. He is not an evil, menacing personality. Oh, well, you don't know that he won't be like this in other points of the movie. Well, don't you think you'll want to kind of sell Jafar as being evil? Go back to some of the original trailers, and you see the line he says to bring me the lamp is said much differently than it is in this trailer. But I digress. And oh my gosh, look, super quick, and the sidekick, boo, and look at all this stuff. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, are you telling me that you couldn't get an actual, an actual monkey? Are you saying that you couldn't get an actual monkey? Because that looks like a fake monkey. Are we at the point now where every single thing, including a tiny little monkey, can't even be brought in? Like, I know in this scene that you can't bring in an actual tiger. I know that's going to cause some problems. I know that that's going to be very dangerous for the actors on set. But a monkey? You can't even get a real monkey. And someone will say, it is a real monkey. That looks like a pretty CGI monkey to me. I mean, look at those eye movements. That's... I don't know. Princess Jasmine. Oh, but she's played by Naomi Scott, and she's got a background and everything. Hey, yeah, her only claim to fame at this point is being in that terrible Power Rangers film. Yes, she is a beautiful woman. And so if they're going for that, okay, great. She fits that role, I guess. But, meh. Oh, look, Prince Ali. Okay, I'm sure that you're just going to have a bunch of CGI creatures at some point, so that's going to be terrible. Okay, creepy. Do you trust me? Do you trust me? We're just going to show the hands because that's not creepy at all. And then, boom, there it is. Will Smith as a giant blue Smurf creature half-breed that might also be existing in the Avatar universe. That's the best way I can describe it. It's Will Smith's face put onto the body of a Na'vi from Avatar that's also at the same time at one point had relations with a giant Smurf. That is what this equivalent is. And I love how people will be like, oh, you were complaining when he wasn't in blue. Yes, but I wasn't saying that what we needed was a totally awful CGI'd version of the same exact thing. No one in their mindset, no one in a million years would have said, oh, that's what I want. And oh my gosh. And seriously, like the CGI for this looks terrible. So basically, as I said, first problem, Disney has no original stories. They're taking all of their previous established material, which is already based on previous material, rebooting it all, calling it live action, and then making most of the movie, including all backgrounds and monkeys, CGI creatures and CGI effects. The so-called live action Lion King movie is totally CGI, which begs the question, why are you remaking it? There's no reason for you to remake that movie. It's not a live action version. Most of these films aren't even very live action. The most live action of live action films and remakes they've done so far, in my opinion, was Cinderella. One could say Pete's Dragon, but I never actually got to see it. But Cinderella, to me, had the most live action use in it, and it looked great. And all the effects looked great because guess what? Everything worked together. But when you are just going to be using green screen and your green screen is going to look like green screen, that is not a good position to be in. Oh, but it's still going to make money. People are going to go see it. Are you kidding me? I'm not seeing this. I was already not seeing this garbage because I'm sick and tired of them making remakes and tired of them making remakes. And the only way to get Disney to hopefully get and understand that picture is to not support them. Especially when Jafar is going to be just a little, so bad. So bad. Even Scott Mendelson, who covers box office stuff, almost exclusively said, Aladdin trailer shows Will Smith's Genie, but hides everything else. And apparently this was revealed at the Grammys last night. So seriously, it's like, okay, because this is what people want. This image right here, that's the stuff of nightmares, is what people want. You add on top of this, so already, unoriginal content. You add on top of this the fact that we're dealing with one of the most obnoxious persons in Hollywood today, at least in the mainstream media that's being covered. So this from IndieWire. Brie Larson isn't letting her Captain Marvel press tour be overwhelmingly white and male. The Oscar-winning actress is taking an active role in ensuring her blockbuster press tour remains inclusive. So it's inclusive when you go after white men. That's okay. You can do that. And this has been kind of just the epitome of leftist thinking is, oh, you can go after white people. You can go after cisgendered people. You can go after anyone that is deemed in the majority. You can go after them and you're totally fine as long as you are a victim in and of yourself. So because she's a female actress, and apparently females in Hollywood and in general are still to this day being just, tranched upon and don't have equal rights, even though they do and have had equal rights for a long time. Again, there's laws on the books, people, but they don't get equal pay. Yes, they do. Gosh, I'm so tired of that stupid argument. But now it's like, no, you're a white male. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go to you because you're a white male. I'm sorry. If that is not the very definition of racism and sexism, I don't know what the hell else is. So what you're telling me is that she can say, oh, I'm not going to do an interview with you because you're white, because you're a white man. Because you're a white man, I'm not going to do an interview with you. And that's totally fine. But if someone else were to say this, especially another white actress, or a white actor, more specifically, a white male actor, a white male straight actor, if he were to say, no, I'm not going to do an interview with you because you're black, or because you're Asian, or you're Hispanic and you're a female. Rightly so, we would say, hey, that's sexism, that's racism, that's a terrible person. But when Brie Larson does it to a white man, oh no, that's fine. That's totally fine. And this is the face of Captain Marvel. This is the face of the future of the MCU, so we've been told. Captain Marvel is going to be the key to Phase 4. It's going to be the key to the future of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just wait and see how powerful she is. And what has Brie Larson been doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. She's been promoting GoFundMes that she could go fund herself. And then at the same time is saying, yeah, guys, I want you to be charitable and give money to this group so that these girls, these underprivileged girls, and only those underprivileged girls, because that's not sexist at all. If it was just boys, I mean, that would be sexist. But girls, I mean, that's not. And then I want you to support them, and I want you to give them money so that way they'll give me money by going to see my movie. Like, seriously, the hypocrisy levels are just so high. I'm all high and mighty because I hate white men. Shut the hell up. And we have, of course, this quote here. About a year ago, I started paying attention to what my press days look like and the critics reviewing movies, and I noticed it appeared to be overwhelmingly white male. Oh, God, white men. Good God. So I spoke to Dr. Stacy Smith. I went out of my way to speak to a doctor. I'm not a doctor, damn it. At the USC Annenberg Inclusive Initiative. So not only did you seek out a PhD, but on top of that, you sought out the USC Annenberg Inclusion Initiative, who put together a study to confirm that. Moving forward, I decided to make sure my press days were more inclusive. After speaking with you, the film critic Valerie Complex, and a few other women of color, it sounded like across the board they weren't getting the same opportunities as others. When I talked to the facilities that weren't providing it, they all had different excuses. You want to know? Yeah, you want to know why? It's not because they're women of color. It's because they're working for groups and organizations that do not have a platform, that are not read by millions of people, that are not read by even thousands of people. Oh, well, that's the reason why I want to do it, because I want to give them more attention. But the problem with this, Brie, the problem here is that you're making this basis off of the gender and off of the color of their skin. You just said, I've gone to you and other women of color. So therefore, what you're doing is you're identifying that these women are somehow different. Last time I checked, if you are singling out people and saying, well, you're obviously different because you have a different colored skin, and so therefore I'm going to treat you special and I'm going to treat you differently, I'm pretty sure that's textbook racism. I'm pretty sure that's textbook sexism when you're treating someone else differently because of their race or gender. Oh, but it's a positive, and so it can't be racist or sexist when it's a positive. No, I'm sorry. Unless you are looking at the content, like, seriously, if it was me, I would say, okay, does this person have a large reach? If they do, boom, I'm going to do an interview with them. And then I would say, oh, wait, you don't have a very large reach? Okay, I'll go do something for you. But at no point when I say, oh, wait, you're a woman of color? Oh, wait, you're a man of color? Oh, wait, you're a minority? Oh, I'm going to go out of my way because you're a minority. No, Brie, no. Oh, why are you being such a racist, though? You're just a white man. In your white privilege, you just cannot see and understand the mightily complex nature of... Shut up. Seriously. But this is the face of the MCU. This is the face of the... This is the face of the Elizabeth Warren campaign. Yes, that's right. This was a story that broke a few days ago. When Elizabeth Warren announced her candidacy for president of the United States for the Democratic Party, they showed this woman right here, wearing the Carol Danvers colors. And Kelly Sue DeConnick, who is the writer of the 2012 and on Captain Marvel, that's right, the one who has had to reboot the story like 4 times because no one's reading her SJW garbage, puts representing. So we already know where Kelly Sue DeConnick, falls into this part. And then all of a sudden, when you look at what Brie Larson says, oh, it's surreal. When meeting DeConnick, oh, it's surreal. Oh, gosh, I have to admit, she says, talking with her was so surreal. I felt like I just blacked out. I felt really nervous because if it's this thing that the woman that she created, that I feel certain she knows way better than I do. I was just so honored to receive her blessing and to see how excited she was, and that she felt like a relief to me because she pushed this forward, We wouldn't be here without her, really. And I'm so grateful for the character that she created, and now we're kind of just following the breadcrumbs trail that, the character that she created in 2012. This character that, if you did any research, you would know has had a long history that dates back prior to that time. But no, she created it. Well, yeah, she created Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, as Captain Marvel, but the character that you were portraying as Carol Danvers has been around for a very long time. And was not always Captain Marvel. In fact, Captain Marvel at one point used to be an African-American woman, but let's not talk about that. The first Captain Marvel, actually, the first actual female Captain Marvel was an African-American woman, but we can't talk about that. Shh, we can't talk about that. We can't. Shh. No, it's okay. This one's woke. And yet people are saying, oh my gosh, why are you freaking out about this? Why are you so obsessed with her being a woman? Because they're obsessed with her being a woman. Have you not seen the most recent trailer where her line is, I'm really getting tired of you telling me what I can and cannot do? You do realize that that is from like the feminist handbook of I'm tired of men telling me that I can't do this. Newsflash, Brie Larson, and to any other Carol Core woke SJ feminazis. Women have had the same rights as men for a long time now. On the books, by law, at least in the United States of America. Now, if you wanted to talk about the Middle East, if you wanted to talk about countries where women are still treated as second-class citizens and don't have equal rights, I will join you in that. I will support you to fly over there and speak to those people. Oh, wait, you're not going to do that, though, because that would actually be a risk. That would actually be brave of you to do that. And you can't be brave. You would rather just, sit behind in your cushy little chair. Oh, but I'm speaking to all of the people of color. I'm gracing all of the people of color, all of the oppressed people in my country where it's safe to do so. I'm gracing them with my presence. And so doesn't that make me a great person? No. It makes you a hypocrite. It makes you an idiot. And it makes you just absolutely a coward. That's what it makes you. And if this is where Disney's direction is going, if Disney is going to be pushing this identity politics by saying, oh, we have no reason to really make Aladdin other than the fact that, it's going to be, the right people with the right race, even though the character's just, even though this guy isn't actually Jafar, he's the right race, so that's fine. Oh, even though, Will Smith, he's a person of color, and so obviously that's fine, right? Even though we're going to make him look like a giant blue Smurf avatar hybrid. Oh yeah, it's totally fine. This is the direction of Disney right now. Like seriously, we're looking into all these different areas. There's already rumors that they're going to be pushing for more SJW identity politics in their animated versions, in their animated movies. So we already know that almost every area now at this point is pushing this identity politics driven drivel. And not only that, but they're doing it terribly. Seriously, this looks god awful. Brie Larson, I cannot. Oh my gosh, you're such a snowflake. No, I'm not. I'm just so sick and tired of people saying that there's not a problem. Oh, you're overreacting. When the star of the movie has on several occasions now gone after white men, basically gone after me for just being white and being a man. And yet that's totally fine. But her, as a very, very wealthy white woman, can say, oh, well, I'm going to, grace you with my presence because, oh, you're so underprivileged. I'm going to do that. And, oh, wait, there's this organization trying to raise money. Go give them money so they'll go see me. That's totally fine. Come on, guys. But where do we see hope? We always got to end with a sense of hope, right? Star Wars project for Game of Thrones turns out to be a trilogy. This is very exciting news, especially if they end up going in that Old Republic direction. I really hope they do. I am wanting to read more novels from the Old Republic era, and I know that I'm very, I'm already started, Darth Plagueis, and I need to start a couple others, but I just would love for these guys to do it, because that would be the era, based on everything that I know about it. I mean, Star Wars Theory just did a video on it today. Based on everything that I've heard about it, everything that I've seen about it so far, these would be the two best guys for, because Game of Thrones has been an amazing series. And if they start Old Republic, that means that they're going to be using previously established storylines and story arcs and characters, and these two are great at that. I'm not saying that these two are able to create something new and something original. I'm not going to give them that much credit, but when it comes to adaptations of previously established material, these two guys are great. And obviously, the only thing I have is Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones has been consistently good since season 1, since day 1. and a lot of it has to do with these two guys. So for those that don't know, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, they have indeed, it's been confirmed now that they're going to be getting their own trilogy. And I will tell you this. If this means that the future of Star Wars is going to be Old Republic, and they therefore are going to do away whatever the hell that Rian Johnson's done, and they're going to put a lot of effort into making great series for their streaming service, I think that Star Wars very well could be going in a more positive direction. Now, of course, we still need to see Episode 9. We still need to have Kathleen Kennedy gone, because she has gone on record to say that she's going to continue to push an identity politics-driven narrative. She has gone on record to say this. Her decisions and the people she's hired, etc., have pretty much just mirrored this decision. But if they're able to take care of those things, take care of those details, and focus on telling good stories, and this is where they're going to start to say, all right, guys, we hear you. We hear you all, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Old Republic. We're going to give you what you want. We're going to make canon certain stories that were made non-canon by our infamous story group, but we're going to bring them back into the canon because we want to make sure that everyone is happy. I would be happy. But that's the direction you need to go in. You need to start listening to the fans and giving them what they want, bringing in guys and girls who know how to do that. Bringing in people who know how to do these things, not by praising someone who is now going to become the center of almost any female's political campaign, not the person who has overwhelmingly gone after white men in a hateful, bigoted way. Oh my God, you can't say that. I'm sorry. Look at what she said. She has pretty much singled out white men here. The fact that you have a studio that is now producing remakes of remakes, technically, and has lost any sense of original content, and then is putting out just total hot garbage, which is what we're seeing right on this screen, you're in a bad place, Disney. And I really hope that you're able to find yourself again and to just hopefully move yourself away from SJW politics. Because if you don't, I'm sorry, but your numbers are going to start to go down. And even though you might be the biggest company in existence and you're about to acquisition Fox and everything like that, even the biggest company cannot be saved if people are not buying your products. You might be doing very well in certain areas, but now you're going after. Now you're starting to taint some of your most precious properties. It started with Star Wars. Marvel seems, at least at this point with Brie Larson, if she is indeed the future, if you are basing your future off of her and Captain Marvel, and we already know based on the fact that Captain Marvel's creator is a woke SJW, if you are basing it off all of that work and this entire character, MCU doesn't look like it's going to have that bright of a future. And unless you actually go forward with Star Wars and start to make the decisions and the choices that you need to for it in the future, good luck. Because I'm not going to be there for you anymore. Anyway, guys, what are y'all's thoughts about this? Again, I saw Star Wars Theory talk about this earlier. I'm very excited. I think that's going to be great. I'm just so sick. I'm already, if I wasn't already, I am even more so now, so tired of Brie Larson. Seriously, I just want this movie to come out for it to not do as well as they say it's going to do, and then to make just enough money for them to say, oh, look, it's profitable. But then just to really fade away and say, oh, it wasn't as great as people think. I really hope that's the case. And also, Disney, stop remaking movies. It looks bad. I already wish you would scrap the Lion King project because there's no need for it. You're making an animated remake to an animated movie. And the only justification that you have for it is, oh, not because our technology is great that we can do it, but, oh, we get to hire a cast that fits the racial narrative of the movie. That's, like, seriously, can you give me any other reason why you're remaking that movie? Oh, to make money. Sure. Let that be the cover story for you. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about any of this stuff in the comments below. If you like this video, smash that like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless, and you ain't have a friend like me. Oh my God, stop.